Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm practically new at this point on this platform, but my name is Tonie of Tonie J Beauty. There are a few old videos on here, but today we are here to talk about something a little bit more exciting, and that is the only review you will need of Beyonce's brand new Cecred hair care line. So first, let's get into my initial thoughts. And here's why it's all important. I'm a licensed cosmetologist. I've been a pro at this for the past 13 years now. I currently have my own salon suite. I specialize in natural hair within my own salon suite, but outside of here, I actually love to take care of my seniors that come in all hair textures. I've done practically all hair textures from the jump. I started my career out in JCPenney salon as a hairstylist, and here we are. So I know a thing or two when it comes to hair and what type of products work for everybody. Cecred is a hair care line that is supposed to be for everyone. And here's kind of how they do it. The price point, I would say, is not affordable. It is considered prestige. So typically in the cosmetic world, you have your drugstore, you have your prestige, or like the girls like to call it, luxury nowadays. This is something that I would imagine seeing sold in a Nordstrom, maybe even Neiman's, Bloomingdale's, that kind of thing. Those are the girls this brand was talking to. What makes this so special is really their bioactive keratin ferment patent pending technology. So really that's a fancy way to say they've designed their own spin on a protein treatment to help keep your hair strong, luscious, and healthy. Along with that bioactive keratin ferment is honey, which we all know at this point is a humectant, and if you don't, it is fantastic. I have been using it for years just in the shower. I let it break down in my soaking wet hair, and then I do my leave-ins and stylers over top of it, as well as lactobacillus, which is a preservative, and in this case, antimicrobial, and they use it as part of their patent pending design. In this case, it has conditioning agents and antioxidants that help further penetrate those keratin bonds or protein to reach the cortex and cuticle of the hair. Now, you may be wondering why fermentation or what makes it so special. So fermentation is a way we've discovered. Now, of course, this came from South Asian culture ages ago, but now the rest of the world has caught on. And fermentation has additional antioxidants from using regular ingredients, and those will help to protect the hair from free radicals and allow our hair to really pull in more nutrients. Now, if I'm being real with you, I don't think I see this as a staple product line. Like I said before, it's prestige. So yes, in today's world, there are products that exist that get the job done. And when we create new products, it's not so much about reinventing the wheel, it's about reaching, I guess, new desires. So it speaks to something else within. All right, so let's start out with the clarifying shampoo and scalp scrub. I'm gonna say this is my favorite product out of the entire line, and here's why. I personally have not tried any other shampoo that has the scrubbing capabilities that this has. I love the smell. This smells different from everything else in the product line. And honestly, I wish the entire line smelled like this shampoo. So this shampoo, one of the favorite components of mine in this is the, not sulfate, but is the surfactant that they chose for this product. So the surfactant in this, I'll put it up on the screen so we don't have to struggle to pronounce it. It isn't used in a lot of the shampoos that I've seen and I've used, and the best part about it is that it has like a higher viscosity. And what I mean by that is instead of those regular like soap suds, it almost seemed like a moussey suds. Like it was way more dense and luxurious. And I've tried this on my client's hair and my hair. I'm gonna run clips all through this so that you can take a look at it. The way this shampoo and the rest of this product line was designed is for color safe hair, so that is fantastic. Clarifying shampoos usually aren't recommended for color safe hair, but I would recommend you give this a shot if you're okay with being a guinea pig. This shampoo also has ingredients that were designed to fight hard water. So along with her patent pending bioactive keratin ferment and all the other luxurious ingredients, you now are fighting hard water, which you know, hard water is something that can cause extreme breakage, dryness, buildup on the hair. Next is the hydrating shampoo. So to me, this wasn't anything special. It was a typical hydrating shampoo, kind of on the looser side, so not so concentrated in comparison to the clarifying shampoo. The clarifying shampoo, I feel, is extremely concentrated. The more water you add, the more it lathers. This one, it's really quick to lather up. It gets the job done. Regular hydrating shampoo to me, maybe a 3.5, maybe 4 out of 5. It's not something that I would rush to buy again. Next up, we have the reconstructive treatment. So today I opted for the reconstructive treatment rather than the fermented rice ritual treatment, or whatever that long name is. Simply because my hair is pretty normal. It's healthy. I've been growing it out for the past year from a clipper cut, and I don't need any excessive protein. So I went with the reconstructive treatment to give it a try. These products do recommend to use them on wet hair, and I strongly suggest following that instruction. So my hair was initially towel dried, and these products don't have silicone. So what we would usually use to create slip, this doesn't have. So these are just straight on treatments. This itself is not a substitute for a moisturizing mask or a deep conditioner. So you do need to follow it with the moisturizing conditioner. But back to this reconstructive treatment. This one, once your hair is wet and you apply this, it does create a very slight lather. And I didn't feel like it did anything spectacular to my hair. Of course, because I don't really need any additional protein, and protein or reconstructive treatments in this case are made to repair. You don't always feel immediate results from them because they're working within the hair over time to rebuild it. The one thing I noticed about the ingredient list on this product is that not only does it have the patent pending ingredient in it, it also contains other proteins or other sources of protein like hydrolyzed and wheat protein, which are very popular when it comes to protein treatments and are very effective. So this one is really going to get down and dirty and repair anything that you've got going on. With that being said, if you use the reconstructive treatment regularly, I wouldn't recommend using the fermented rice ritual treatment. And that's because both of these are key players in repair. And with the strength of both, you know, too much of a good thing can become a bad thing. So if you're overusing these together, you may potentially cause breakage in the future. And because I follow instructions, we're approaching the moisturizing mask. Again, I applied this to soaking wet hair. It did create a lather, and again, there is no slip. I would say, again, this is nothing that I would run out to purchase again. There's no slip, but it does make my hair feel soft and moisturized. But we are working with an even playing field where I don't have any extreme conditions to repair in my hair. The texture of this was thick and buttery. I did enjoy that texture, as well as the reconstructive mask. One thing they did knock out of the park in this entire line was the textures of these products. I feel like if you're a texture person, you'll enjoy the viscosity, the thickness, the butteriness, and the way these products move. Now, with the moisturizing milk, as you can see, and as I've mentioned, I use this on my client and myself. Oh, let's not forget, I've also used this on my husband, who's a waver, and I like it. When it comes to wavers, this is going to be like your base layer. So this gives you a great moisture, but it's not going to give you that hold to really define your waves. Definitely still go over it with your foam wrap or whatever other product you like to give you that definition and hold. For twists and other natural styles, this is good enough if you're doing your hair at home. But if you're a professional, I would still go over it with, again, like a foam wrap or something else, just to help tame that frizz and make the style actually last a little bit longer. However, This product itself, I really enjoy. It's nice and buttery, slips right through the hands, moisturizing, not heavy, but it can get heavy if you do overuse it, which they suggest in the instructions to use it sparingly. When it comes to the fermented ritual rice treatment that I didn't use, I noticed in the ingredient list that this one didn't have the patent pending technology that contains the bioactive ferment, honey, and lactobacillus ferment. This one actually contained a different form of lactobacillus, which was lactobacillus rice, which makes sense for this product, but I just thought it was interesting that they opted not to use what they were working so hard on a patent to get in this formulation. The one thing that rose the eyebrow with me on this one is that you have to add so much water, 24 ounces of water to this rice treatment to activate it. And when it comes to me being a professional in my traditional protein treatments, I use about 2 ounces of a liquid protein treatment. So this is a lot to me. And lastly, looking at the oil is a regular oil. So you've heard a lot of people probably by now talking about how it's based in soybean oil, and it does have other more luxurious oils. This one, I would use it over my twist. I really wouldn't use it much over a silk press or anything like that, simply because this is your traditional, like, wet, slippery oil that can build up quick if you use too much of it, which is why they have it in this bottle where only a drop comes out at a time to keep you from overusing it. However, if you're going to do something like a silk press, I would still opt for like my Olaplex oil or something that does have silicones, because truthfully, silicones are what protects your hair from reversion and humidity. So without that, this moisturizing lotion and this oil combination will not keep your silk press for long. It'll look good on the first day. Granted, you don't overuse the products, but in the long run, it won't last you as long as your typical product. All right, so here are my final thoughts. Would I purchase this again, and should you purchase this again? Like I said before, this is the girls who want to introduce some prestige items into their hair care routine. These are the women or the people that have NARS, Chanel, YSL, maybe some Burberry, or other elaborate, prestigious beauty brands on their counter already. This product will go right in with that. You know, it means we had something that could do the job before, but we just like this a little bit better, and we're willing to spend the money on it. What products in this line would I keep? So the clarifying shampoo, I'm definitely keeping, and I'm going to use that on a regular basis because, for one, I don't currently have a clarifying shampoo at home. I use one on my clients all the time. I just haven't replenished my own supply. So this will be a great addition. I love the beads and the mintiness of it. My husband, since he's a waiver, and I just like the extra little scrub that we feel on our scalp, this is a must-have and a keep for me. This is probably my favorite out of the entire product line. The hydrating shampoo, I've said before, it's just okay. If you have a hydrating shampoo that works already, you really don't need to spend the money on this one. With the Reconstructive Mask, if you need some repair, it's definitely worth it. Based on the ingredient list, I do trust that this will do what it says it's going to do and really give you twice as strong hair as you started with. So the girls with color treated hair, fragile hair, this one is going to definitely be for you. Now, with the moisturizing mask, I don't really need it. It's great, but for the price point, I have other things that'll get the job done. So I'll probably run through this and then go back to what I typically use. For the Ferment Rice Ritual Treatment, again, I didn't try that today just because my hair is not fragile enough. I did have a client that I was going to try that on today, but she had to reschedule. So unfortunately, we didn't get to try that. That is also something that you're just going to have to use over time to really know if it's doing what it says it's going to do. So with that being said, if you're looking to swap out like your old school Apogee or another protein product that you feel like is just not working, order this and give it a go. It comes with 4 treatments in the full size price point, which will be great because they tell you right in the instructions 4 to 6 weeks, so it'll last you nearly half a year. That's fantastic. You really can't beat it. The moisturizing lotion, again, I like it. Would I buy it again? That's a tough one. I'm gonna say the verdict is out. I do like it. There are probably some other milks on the hair milks or moisturizing lotions on the market that I can buy in its place, like Camille Rose or Design Essentials Almond Avocado line. They both have some moisturizers that you could probably swap out and be just as happy with. And for the hair oil, lastly, definitely skip this one. I feel like there are so many oils on the market now that you really don't need to pay for an overpriced basic oil. Like I said, in this case, if I'm gonna go with a fancy oil, it's gonna be Olaplex. And yes, Olaplex oil does have silicone in it, but those are great for finishing styles and keeping them protected from humidity. So I'm gonna spend money on that if we're talking about $40 for an oil. One thing I look forward to is the regular hydrating conditioner to come out, because I'm anticipating that one to have more slip, and I hope that she genuinely comes through with it. Also, because every day I don't have time, or every wash day, I don't have time to do a moisturizing deep conditioner, nor do I always need it. So Beyonce girl, hurry up and run us that conditioner. With that being said, guys, that's all I have to say about it. Let me know your thoughts. By now, I think everybody who wants to order it has ordered it, so drop your comments below. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you want to see next. We are going to keep these reviews rolling. We can review any and every product because, trust me, I have or will try them all, and I get to play in all types of hair textures. While I finish up these twists, I just hopped on here to add that it's important to note that although the hair product line has patented technology to target the protein in your hair or the keratin bonds to rebuild your hair, this isn't something that can be compared to or replace bond builders. So I mentioned Olaplex a lot in this video, and that is because they created the original patent pending technology that a lot of brands have also replicated now to rebuild bonds, but that targets a specific bond, and that is the disulfide bond, and those create synthetic replicas of the disulfide bonds that have been depleted in the hair and rebuild those links, so to speak, or those bonds within it. Now, this is a patent pending technology, but this directly targets the strength and brittleness or the keratin loss in the hair. So those are two different systems and technologies. You can use them in conjunction, but like I said before, too much of any good thing can become a bad thing. Yes, I use the moisture milk on my... Guys, I keep calling this a moisture milk. It is a moisturizing lotion, but y'all get the point. I use that on all of my twists, and then I'm about to go and just kind of seal them in with a little extra oil. I'm not going to lie to you, this bottle's probably going to get on my nerve, just constantly having to tap the bottle to get some regular old oil out, but it is what it is. And again, if you use this for your silk press, read the instructions. The moisturizing lotion clearly states that you need to use a heat protectant in conjunction with this. So nowadays, a lot of leave-in conditioners come with the heat protectant. However, since this is a moisturizer, I wouldn't opt for the leave-ins with the heat protectant or anything that has moisturizing capabilities. I would go for a straight-on, like, regular blow dry mist or some other heat protectant spray. That being said, I will see you guys next time.